So here you can see then the lineup for the DRS 62, which will be taking place in a couple of minutes' time. We just had the DRS 125 qualification, which has finished. The track a little bit warmer as the drivers get themselves ready. This is qualifying A. And just to go through a few names for you. Daniel Sabula up on the screen there. He's in kart 113. A novice this year as well. Came third fastest in the odds free practice 5. So he had a pretty good run out there yesterday evening. So he's certainly one to watch. So the qualification split into 2 for the DRS 62. There you can see Freddie Cox. The drivers coming up and getting their pictures done in front of the camera yesterday evening. All the drivers very keen to get their picture taken, which was great to see. Just in the back of your shot there, you can see Jamie Gurney in kart 4. To the right of Jamie Gurney is Mackenzie Taylor. And I must say, a very happy birthday to Mackenzie Taylor's mum. It is her birthday today. Mackenzie looking around perhaps to try and wave to his mum. So happy birthday to Mackenzie Taylor's mum. And just behind, Aidan Coles-Hansen, who was fastest in the odds free practice 5 yesterday evening. At the front of your shot is Ali Hussein. We saw his picture up on the screen a few moments ago. And of course, Freddie Cox just to the left there in the red helmet. So we will have the qualification split into 2. This is qualification A. Will be followed, of course, by qualification B. Both sessions, of course, 10 minutes in length. And this is where you just wonder what is going through the drivers' minds as they prepare themselves to go out on track. We'll hopefully get some interviews with the drivers as well a little bit later in the day to get some of their thoughts. I am going to track down Sam Faulkner, who's already said he doesn't want to do an interview, which pretty much guarantees he's going to be interviewed later as well. So we had a pre-race warm-up a little bit earlier today. And one of the tactics that the drivers use is to try and preserve their tyres. So with the pre-race warm-up this morning, you have to do a minimum of 4 laps. So some of the drivers going out there doing the 4 laps, but trying to save their tyres as best as they can for qualification. So drivers just sat on the grid now. We're only a few minutes away then from the DRS 62cc qualifying A. So for those of you new to the DRS 62 series, you might have noticed on the front of the karts there are two different coloured number plates, and the reason for that is the black plates are the rookies, so those taking part in their first season, and those with the yellow plates have done at least a season. So we do have a mixture of rookies and drivers who are taking part after having done at least a year, but that hasn't made necessarily the biggest of difference, because we have Daniel Cebula in kart 113 right at the beginning, right at the front of your shot there in the front left-hand side in the sort of dark red helmet. He was third quickest in the odds warm-ups yesterday evening. So it doesn't matter if you're a rookie, you're still very much capable of putting in a fast time. So the whistle goes, which signifies time to start the engines. You'll see a few puffs of smoke flying up in the air in a couple of moments' time. And the green flag is waved, and we are racing once again here at the Clay Pigeon Kart Circuit, round one of the Daniel Ricciardo series. All the warm-ups, all the practice, they come down to this. It is qualifying for the DRS 62, qualification A, and we'll keep an eye on some of those initial times, who can get in the quick laps early on. 10 minutes on the clock at the moment, just ticking down at the top of your screen. That signifies how long the drivers have to put in their quick laps. The difference between these and the 125s is essentially the engines. So the DRS 62 have a 62cc engine. The DRS 125, seems obvious, doesn't it, has a 125 engine. The DRS 100 has a 100 engine. So looking to see who puts in the quick laps, and no surprise to see Cebula in kart 113 putting in the fastest lap. He has the clean air at the start of qualifying, so won't have got caught up in any traffic, which will have enabled him to put in some quick laps. There you can see Chase Sharp up on the screen, and joined by his team here in the commentary box just from the balcony overlooking the circuit. Very excited to see Chase's name flying up onto the screen. Oakley Keasley with the fastest time then. Keatley was quickest yesterday, a very, very quick karter. Quickest indeed this morning as well. And there you can see going toe-to-toe, car 85 and car 83, which is Chase Sharp, who we just saw up on the screen, and Josh Turnbull as well. Exchanging positions and maybe trying to get a little bit of slipstream. So Cebula then is back to being fast. That's a time of 41.4. The rookie is really starting to catch a few eyes here. Some quick times consistently throughout the weekend. Gurney in second place, and it is once again Keatley who responds, and I'll begin to see our first sub 40 seconds time at any point soon. 40.809, temperature starting to get into the tyres, the times starting to fall. Cebula once again going quickest. So Cebula is impressive out there on the track at the moment. The fastest man just ahead of Keatley, with Hassan in third place and Gurney in fourth. Powell making up the top five. 7.5 minutes to go in the DRS 62 qualifying A. Live here at Clay Pigeon throughout the course of the day in the Daniel Ricciardo series. There you can see Keatley once again going fastest. Oakley Keatley, sporting that prominent yellow helmet. Hassan then going second fastest. Aidan Hassan in kart 5 was quickest in the odds heats, should I say, yesterday. But Keatley out there ahead of the rest. Just under a tenth separates Keatley and Hassan. A bit of a gap between those top three and the karts a little bit further back. And there we can see Hassan has gone fastest. So, quick lap there by Aidan Hassan. So, Hassan and Keatley exchanging fastest times at the moment. This could be an interesting battle as we approach the 4-minute mark of qualifying A here in the DRS 62. And back on board now with Keatley, who makes the way now towards the first corner. And there's Hassan. So Hassan and Keatley next to each other in the timings and next to each other on the track as well. So Hassan and Keatley exchanging times, both trying to get on pole position. At the moment, it is Hassan ahead of Keatley. But with just over 5 minutes remaining of this qualifying A for the DRS 62, anything can change, and it can change quickly as well. Well, it's an improved time by Keatley, but it's not quite quick enough. 0.071 now the difference between first and second. Sabula improves on that time as well. So Sabula, Daniel Sabula, the novice, of course, up to third place. So just to recap, the difference between the yellow and the black numbers on the cards signifies whether or not it is a rookie season or whether or not they have done at least a year of karting within this series, rebranded this year as a Daniel Ricciardo series. So Hassan looking pretty good out there in front at the moment. There you can see Hassan making his way then towards the start of another quick lap, I'm sure. What can Keatley do in response? 0.071 the difference. Keatley has been very quick, was quickest in the evening's free practice 5 session yesterday. And you can see once again, not a lot of time. The difference between first and 14th is just 2 seconds. Once again, whizzing by goes Aidan Hassan. That there on your screen was Hadley Simpson in kart 114, followed by Daniel Sabula in kart 113. So, not much changing in terms of the orders. Drivers struggling to put in quicker laps. Are we about to see Hassan on pole position? Well, not necessarily on pole position, because of course we have qualifying B to come, but provisional pole, let's say, because obviously those times will need to be beaten by the qualifying B. The top 23 karters, I believe it is, or maybe 22, but 22 or 23, they will enter the Grand Prix. We also have the Federation Cup, which will be in the category for the second fastest set of drivers. Daniel Sabula, though, making a name for himself out here on the track. His inaugural season here in this karting series, rebranded as a Daniel Ricciardo series. Daniel Sabula, kart 113, a time of 0.263. Hassan is fastest, Keatley just 0.029 behind. I think that's an improved time. So Keatley finding a bit of pace out on track again. Wheel to wheel that between 113 and 114, Sabula and Simpson. Sabula gets by. Just over a minute and a half left of qualifying A in the DRS 62. It looks like it's going to be Hassan on pole, unless Keatley can find a little bit of extra pace. That there is Hassan, still out on track, still looking to improve on that time. That there is Cebula, who will be very happy with third fastest in qualifying A. Heading then into the final minutes. Hassan still out on track, still keen to put in as many laps as possible. We are inside the final minutes of the DRS 62 qualifying A. It is currently Hassan quickest, ahead of Keatley. That there was Gurney, who will be looking to improve on that time as well. So into the final 30 seconds, and you can see car 75, Jake Bell, improving that time. But it looks like it's going to be Aiden Hassan quickest in qualifying A. In then to the final 10 seconds. Are we going to see any improved times? I don't think we are. And the clock ticks down, and as things stand, it is going to be Aiden Hassan on pole position, unless, of course, we see quicker times in qualifying B, which is possible. A raised fist in the air there. I didn't quite catch who it was. I think that might have been Daniel Cebula, who set the third fastest time. Been consistently quick, Daniel Cebula. We'll get official confirmation of the standings in a couple of moments' time. Still a few cars out on track. Slowly filtering back into the pit lane. So this then, confirmation of the DRS 62 qualifying A results. Aiden Hassan, quickest of everyone, a time of 40.340. Oakley Keaty in second place, just 0.29 of a second behind. Daniel Cebula in third, Jamie Gurney in fourth. But they will, of course, have a keen eye on the next session, qualifying B, which begins in a couple of minutes' time.